Hey, Andrea, how's it going? And I think your husband's probably watching this too. I know this was more for him. My name's Eddie. I've got my partner Dayron here on the line as
How's
well.
it going?
We're just making this video for you so that you have something to kind of explain everything you're looking at here. We talked to Andrea yesterday and we just told her that we're going to get a custom design and proposal and this video for you guys to have so you can do research on your own time. Now, this video, we're going to try to keep it around 10, 12 minutes long. We're just going to go over, first of all, the Wakanda Solar website, which is a website that we run, purely informational. So we're going to go over the homepage of that. It's got a lot of important just background research that you should do on there. Then we'll go over just kind of how solar works, just kind of like a basic explanation of that. And then after that, we'll go over the actual Earn with Energy program that you're looking at here. And we'll wrap it up just by giving you some ways to contact us.
Yeah, so let's just dive right into it. So I have the homepage pulled up here. So this is, like Eddie mentioned, solely informational. We just gathered all the questions and concerns we've come across with homeowners and just being in the industry. And we just put it all in one location as a resource for people. So, of course, Wakanda Solar isn't the company we work with. It's SunPower. But, you know, we just wanted to collect information, and because it is still fairly new here in Illinois. Going through the webpage real quick, we just kind of split it up into sections. You may watch this video just kind of going over the whole website, but it is very important to do a little bit of background research. So the four main things that we recommend homeowners to look into, we have it right here. We have a quick summary about it, for instance, just about the company, because at the end of the day, it does matter what company you go with, just like any other industry. And then we have links to the actual SunPower website, just breaking it down in more detail. For example, just going quick here, SunPower is the longest lasting solar company in the industry, going on 38 years. And it's not just in Illinois, it's nationwide. We've worked with over 500,000 residential homes here in the U.S., and they are actually backed by Total Energies, an investment firm. So besides that, the main reason why I decided to go into SunPower specifically is because of this slide here. So SunPower not only designs, but also manufactures the entire system in-house, you know, from the panels to the microinverters behind every panel, you know, the monitoring hardware, the batteries, which aren't needed yet. Eddie will get into a little bit later here. But all of this is under SunPower, and that matters because we only have one warranty. We have a complete confidence warranty for 25 years. And since we're looking at leasing the panels, there's no risk on the homeowner. And what I mean by that is this warranty covers everything from weather damage, rodents, you know, squirrels getting into the conduit and the wiring, that sort of thing. It covers everything except intentional damage and negligence. So we just tell homeowners, hey, if something's wrong, don't get on your roof hitting it with a hammer. The warranty covers all of that, as well as a 12-year warranty on the roof. And then there are a lot more slides regarding SunPower here that you may, you know, look over. But just going back to the homepage here, we also have a section on the state incentive, Illinois Shines, which, just to summarize it, you just need a credit score of 640. And with that, you just qualify for the incentive, which covers the upfront cost. So there's no down payment on your end. Really, it's just a bill swap. Instead of paying ComEd, you're just paying solar. And then scrolling down here, a little bit about the net metering program, which does go away August next year, 2024. And this just allows homeowners to not need a battery. And like I mentioned, Eddie will go into that a little bit more in detail. And we also have videos, just a quick 1-minute video, just summarizing everything as well, in case you want to just watch instead of, you know, going into the programs and reading up on it. And then this net metering is important, especially right now, because we also break down ComEd's rate hike plans coming up in the next few years. And then, like I mentioned, we do have a FAQ section. We just collected all the questions we've come across and more. And we have a comprehensive, detailed explanation for all of them. Concerns on the roof, what happens if I move in a few years, the cost of it, a little bit more about the contracts and some power. But if you don't see a question of yours answered here, we can always set up a time to, sit down and kind of go through things a little bit more in detail. You can reach out to us. More than happy to sit down and go through things in a little bit more detail here. And then just passing it on to Eddie now, just to kind of go more in detail on that net metering program here. Let me just pull up Solar 101.
Yeah, so these first couple slides here, I'll be honest, if you understand these, you essentially understand how solar works here in Illinois. It is very simple. A lot of people like to overcomplicate a lot of these things, but at the end of the day, solar is not a very complex thing. So, during the daytime, and I'm sorry if this is elementary, but during the daytime, the sun hits your panels. And on the back of every panel is a microinverter. That's the thing that actually converts the sun's energy into usable energy for your home. The only difference is that the meter on the side of your home is going to be switched out for a net meter. So it actually can run, instead of it only running one way to show how much power your home, consumes, it'll run backwards to show how much power your panels are producing. So going on the next slide here, just diving into the net metering program. Really, this is a very important thing to understand. And it's, like I said, it's a very simple program. Essentially, the way it works is, since we're in Illinois, most of your power is actually going to be produced in the summertime. You can see in that annual production graph on the bottom left that you're going to be producing more than your home uses in the summer months, and you're going to be producing less than your home uses in the winter months. But that's okay, because you're going to store up all this excess energy that you use and that you don't use in the summer. It just gets pushed onto the grid in the form of credits, so that at nighttime or in those winter months, you can pull from those credits free of charge to power your home. Now, that's what the net metering program is. It's a one-to-one exchange. It allows you to store up power and use it in the nighttime, or like I said, in the months where we don't actually get enough sunlight.
And then just diving right into your proposal here, we are going to be sending this out to you. It's just a custom web page just detailing the information for your home. Of course, this is just an estimate. We would need to take a look at your ComEd bill, specifically that top left corner with the bar graph. It just shows your month-to-month power usage. And that way we'll be able to plug that in and give you, your accurate numbers here. Just scrolling down here. So I do want to touch base on this new program that SunPower is offering called Earn with Energy. This does differ from old programs on how solar works not that long ago. So you might have heard of the old program, but basically what this means is they're just collecting let me just scroll down here and I'll backtrack in a second here. So basically, this is showing what your savings is for the next 20 years. We're just taking a portion of this long-term savings and giving you a little bit of that upfront. Just SunPower realized that people would rather, get a good amount of help now than, $30, $50 a month sort of thing. So you're still saving the same amount, you're just getting a bigger portion upfront. And due to your home and, the positioning and the amount of sunlight, you would receive a hefty incentive of roughly $6,097. Now, this would come in the form of a check upon installation. So, or we can do cash, whatever you prefer. And you can use this to pay for the next few years of your power. You can pocket it, or, you can use it for a bill that's a priority for you. And then just scrolling down here, this is where you're going to be seeing this video that you're watching right now. So you can always refer back to it. And then this is just bringing down in more detail. It's a T-chart showing ComEd, where you're at now, compared to going solar. This is just breaking down that upfront incentive you receive upon installation, the difference in monthly payments here. So with the old program, so your average came out to $144 a month with ComEd. Of course, in the winter months, it's lower. In the summer months, it's a little higher. But just on average, we just put 144. It could very well be more than that. But with the old program, you would have seen a savings of 30 to 50%. So you could have seen this more closer to like $90, $100 fixed for the next 20 years. So with this new program, it is a little more monthly, but that's also because you're getting that upfront incentive. And then just scrolling down here, ComEd is raising the rates at a 4% increase annually. I know in the past few years it's been closer to 8-9%, and they do have plans of increasing the rates for the next 3 years close to 17%. So what we're showing you here is more on the conservative side of things. But just breaking it down, if you were, just to stay in the position you're at now, you would be paying ComEd a total of $51,592 roughly for the next 20 years compared to solar over here. And so the total savings on the low end, you're going to be close to $15,000. And then this is just showing that really nothing on your end is really going to change. It's just a bill swap. So there's no maintenance on your end. That warranty covers everything. So if there's heavy hail damage and the panels are damaged, it's not on you, it's on the company. Just like ComEd, you're not in charge of the power lines. If they're damaged, you're not paying for them to be repaired. It's the same thing, as well as if you want to sell your home, it's just a transfer of the account. It's just an assumable contract. The new homeowner just takes over that fixed bill and, just takes advantage of the savings because ComEd is going to continue raising the rates. And then just scrolling down, this is just guiding you through the next steps here. And then if you want to get to the homepage, you just click on here. I'll just take you to this portion here that I briefly mentioned. I did also want to point out real quick, I forgot to scroll down. This is just mentioning the referral bonus and program that SunPower does. And then all the way down here, we have been doing blogs of the questions that we've come across. And we're just doing a blog a week, just going way more into detail here. And then we also are posting on social media as well. Again, we just want to be a resource. And then just going into your actual proposal here. So like I mentioned before, this is just an estimate. So we had you at 9,624 kilowatt hours a year. So the whole goal is to be able to put enough panels to offset 100% of your power usage. So here we had you a little bit over 100 at 101 energy offset. Of course, it could be a little bit more. You do have some wiggle room. We do have enough panels to, in case you do use more power, you do have that space to add more panels. And then if you are thinking about, getting an electric vehicle or electrifying some of your appliances, something that's going to increase your power usage, we can always add more panels in the future. Or you can, if you know that you're for sure going to do it, you can always add panels now just to lock in your rate. And then just scrolling down here, just breaking down the actual numbers. Here's, again, what we showed you at the T-chart above, that with ComEd, you're at $144 a month roughly. And then with solar, you're at $134 fixed. So it's not going to go up for the next 20 years. So since you are still going to be connected to the grid due to net metering, receiving those credits at night or in the winter months, you're still going to be receiving a ComEd bill. It's a connection fee. It's going to be roughly $10 to $14 a month. So you can just factor that in, and then it's roughly to what you're paying right now. And we like to give the example of, if a gas station down the road a few years back when, gas was $1 a gallon told you like, hey, the first 50 customers that get gas with us, lock in the rate at $1 a gallon for, the next 20 years. In the position that we're at now, a lot of us, if not all of us, would have done that, right? Just because we're avoiding all those rate increases and inflation. That's kind of how you can look at it now. You're just locking in your current rate, receiving that upfront incentive, and avoiding inflation. And then just looking at this graph here, this is just kind of explaining the same thing Eddie went over, how in the summer months you're producing more than when you guys are using, and then the opposite occurs in the winter months. And thankfully, we still have net metering here to allow us to, not need a battery. Again, that does go away next year. And then again, the 20-year savings at a conservative 4% increase annually. And then if you scroll down here, it's just the same thing in a different format. And then you could also open up this proposal here if you click here, and it'll just enlarge it if you want to look at it in more detail. And then again, this is our phone number. It'll just redirect to our cell phone so you can text or call us or email. And that's about it on the webpage here.
Awesome, Andrea. Well, yeah, reach out. Like if you have any questions, you or your husband, you have our number since I texted you this over. So reach out there. Otherwise, if you do want to know what those next steps are, which by the way is just scheduling a site survey. So that would happen within a couple weeks. That's where some SunPower techs would come out, just kind of survey your roof and, your property and see if it would be a good fit for solar. Nothing's really locked in until then. That's kind of where we see if this project is feasible or not. If you do want to know that, you can just scroll down about halfway through your webpage. You just enter your name in there, and that'll go right to us, and we'll prepare some information to send over so you can kind of see what the next steps would be. But hopefully a lot of that made sense. Hopefully it answered a lot of questions you guys have. I know you mentioned that your husband has been looking into solar a little bit here, and we know it's hard to find accurate and easily accessible information, especially here in Illinois. So hopefully this helps you guys. But yeah, feel free to reach out with any questions, and have a good rest of your guys' day. Bye.
Take care, guys.